Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
Native 454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. So Amazon dropped their trailer for the Fallout TV series. And I'm thinking, here's the thing. But people don't, oh, this looks so stupid. This looks so silly. It looks so... Guys, Fallout's weird, stupid, and silly.
Yeah.
It's also very serious.
Very serious.
And very sad.
Sad, violent, and yet very wholesome.
And very goofy.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff in Fallout that's super goofy. So we get the goofiness. The goofiness comes through. But I didn't play my Fallout as goofy.
Right.
But that's the thing about these things. I don't want your version of the story. I want my story.
Right. And it looks like we're following this girl, Lucy.
Yeah. And again, of course, it's like this... I don't know. How many, like, what story are they adapting? Are they adapting the first Fallout game where you have to go get the water thing?
Right.
Because the water's running out in the vault, so they send someone out to go get it. Or, I don't know what story they're adapting.
Right. And then they were by a coast of some kind, so I'm going to guess California?
It looked kind of like L.A.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Which was the first game, was in California.
So like, you have the new California Republic. We did see the Bears.
The Bears.
So, but that could also be anywhere in America.
Right, because there's always all the Bears in the games. Also, we saw Brotherhood of Steel, and they looked pretty sick.
The power armors looked great. They looked amazing. Absolutely, 10 out of 10.
Yes, very cool.
But then it looks like they're following some other guy, some like a young. It's so funny. It's like a young black dude and then a young white girl, and they're just like the naive stupidity. Like it seems like they're like the innocence.
Right. You know what's kind of funny? I know people probably wouldn't like this, but every episode a different character.
Yeah, like a different little story. Like every episode's like an hour and 10 minutes, and it's just like, oh, this happens to be this person's story.
Yeah, so you get like Lucy, then you get the
ghoul.
The ghoul, then you get the power.
How did you like the way the ghoul looked? That particular ghoul
looked a little too clean.
Yeah, they needed to look more like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
You know, just really, scary. Not like, a guy who just been through like an accident.
Yeah, really bad, burn, but nothing else. Like
he was smooth.
He was smooth, which is funny because the ghouls call people smooth skins.
Yeah,
so he was smooth skin.
And they have to talk like that.
Yes, they have to talk and also they almost look like zombies.
Yeah, they need to be absolutely frightening. Yeah. And this guy just looks like he's someone who's been in a bad accident.
Yeah,
but even still a little better. Like, I've seen people in real life who's been through fires and stuff that look worse than that guy.
Right, and so maybe this is supposed to take place, like, early on, so they're not maybe a full-on, like, melted ghoul yet. But, yeah, they're supposed to be, like, literally zombies.
The Overseer is a Cyclops, like a literal Cyclops. He has one eyeball.
Right, which maybe they can make a joke about the fact that maybe they had to inbreed, and maybe that's why he has the eyeball. Or also 76, there's those modification things that...
But it's so... goofy. It's so silly. But again, I can't complain because Fallout is goofy and silly.
Right, exactly. And a lot of weird, unexplained things happen, especially with some of those perks. You can glow in the dark. You can get Mysterious Stranger to show up.
Yeah, literally teleports out of nowhere to help you and then disappears into nothingness.
There is a way in the old games that if you had 0 intelligence, you couldn't read or talk.
Yeah, like you didn't have speech.
Yeah, you could grunt.
Yeah, so it's just a goofy, silly RPG that's really goofy and weird.
Right.
So, but like I said, does that translate to a good television show?
Right. Is it too much, do you think, for a writer to sit there and try to balance all this? That's why
it's tough.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. What did you think of the music?
Music is great. I love the old school music. You get the old, like, wah.
Yeah.
Don't I sound like old time radio?
I hope they do a good explanation at the beginning. Like in Fallout games, they usually do.
See, but the thing is, I do like the war never changes.
That should have been in the trailer.
I know. That's been in every Fallout game ever that's ever been made. Here's the thing. There's a sequence where it shows one of the vaults and everyone's like going like crazy. It just seems so silly. Like, these are people acting. Like, the girl's a machine gun, and she's like...
And then she has the fork in her eye.
Yeah.
Like, and granted, it can happen in Fallout, but it's just...
But it looks like people goofing around.
And also, I know they did really good jobs with the vault suits, but they just look
They're
so
so
off.
bright.
They're so bright, yeah.
It's like really I don't know.
But you know what? The one thing I'm mad about: the vault suits have to have skin tight.
Yeah, but they're kind of a little baggy. No,
Little
they're gonna
baggy,
be
no.
vacuum sealed,
Still
baby.
tight. Yes, just like all the games, man. They were perfectly sealed.
Here's another question I have for you. How much do you throw in goofy things? Look, sugar bombs. You eat it. Oh, no, your stomach hurts. Oh, better get right away. How much do you put that into the show?
Right. Have some Nuka-Cola.
How do you put in the VAT system? Or
Ooh.
it slows down and then the person can aim at certain body parts?
I think you can, but it has to be done right. It can't literally be the video game where it's like "Boo," and then it freezes, but maybe something on your actual arm that will like.
But do you make fun of it? Wouldn't it be cool if like time slowed down? Don't be silly, that'd be dumb. I can see this kind of like, and everyone turns and looks at the camera and winks. There's another, but that does fit Fallout.
Mhm.
That humor is so stupid, but it actually fits Fallout.
Right.
But do I want that? I don't know. I've never beaten a Fallout.
Let's see here.
I've gotten close. Oh no, I did beat Fallout 3.
Yeah, Fallout 3 was.
But I have never beaten any other Fallout. I get super far, get caught up in so many side quests, I never finish them.
Right. Exactly.
I never found my son.
No.
I got to the instant and I just stopped. I just stopped carrying.
Yeah, because that's what happens a lot of Fallout main quests.
I banged Piper and that was it. And I was done.
Done.
Sorry, wife. I found some new lady.
I made it to Vegas and that was it.
Yeah,
yeah.
I met the tower, like in the tower and
Yeah.
everything, but I just couldn't finish it. Because the tunnel snakes rule, man. But do you have things like that? Again, how much of the goofiness do you slide into the show so the fans can be like, I remember that?
Right, or like in Fallout 4, do you find what's it called? I forgot, what were their names? The Cool Cats, where they had all the power armors, but they would like hot rod them up
Yeah.
with different colors and stuff. Yeah, like
Dude, like again, like there's the DLC, the Nuka-Cola world, where like the different factions were fighting over the Nuka-Cola air. Like how much, like, do you do that? Do you put a lot of that?
right, exactly.
Companions.
Goofy costumes, like the fact that you could be Grognak,
Yeah.
like the barbarian
That
dude,
dude was awesome.
the Silver Shroud.
Do you do a thing where she picks up a magazine? Oh, I feel stronger.
Yeah,
Do you do like? Do you do that? Do you
Or-
put silly, stupid crap like that in the show?
Or do you like pick up a magazine that gives you like extra strength, and you're like, oh, it's a cool workout. Maybe those make me stronger. Like do you do stuff like
and
that?
then you turn to the camera and wink. You gotta to do that.
Uh,
Like how much of that? Like remember this?
do you have Fat Boys? Do you have the nuclear bombs? Like you just
Yeah.
oh, super mutants.
Yeah.
How they gonna look?
Rawr.
Yeah, those
Yep.
are cool. I like super mutants.
It's very odd. Did you get addicted to chems?
Yeah, do we do that? Cannibalism. We probably have some of that in there.
Like in the scene where they're all like shooting at each other, like it's like a vault gone wrong down there. You can see they have like farms, but it looks like how you set up your farms. You just like build it anywhere,
There,
and it just
right.
works. Like the building mechanic. It looks like that,
Right.
but it looks stupid in real life. It looks just stupid.
And also and sometimes, like I said, I don't know if it's gonna play right because sometimes like I don't mind in the game because you would read about these messed up vaults that happen, but do I really want to see it? Like I said, like that looked kind of silly and funny, but there's some vaults that are just downright just was terrible.
Do you put in like hacking computer terminals?
Yes.
Do you put that in the game? Do you put in like you always have to like
The lockpick.
yeah. You shall turn it and you snap your knife.
Do you do jokes that would be like a callback to like things like where you do something good and then someone says like, oh, I think everyone liked that.
Yeah.
Like,
See, but do you do that?
right? Because in the game they'd be like, oh yeah,
Like, ding, like, oh, your companion didn't like that.
yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But I do like the idea of separate stories, so you never follow someone completely through.
Yeah.
And like, oh, so you see that girl, like her little story going out and adapting. I guess she finds a dog meat.
Kind of. Yeah.
Does she call him dog meat?
She needs to call him dog meat.
Because everyone calls him dog meat. Everyone
Yeah,
gets a dog
like you
meat.
should have like a name tag.
A
That's
collar.
just the collar says it.
But-
Do you have all like I said? If you're gonna do separate stories, do you have them all meet at the end for the final episode?
Like
or
like
something?
like an anthology, and all of a sudden all these characters meet, cross paths,
Mhm.
and they all become like one big super team. Because there's any real reason in Fallout you don't just bring all your companions.
No, it really isn't. No,
The actual story reason there isn't,
there isn't.
because it's a video game.
Right.
Guys, I can only take one of you. Like, exactly something like that.
Or even some parts that still like again the games like don't make sense, but that's Fallout. It's just chaos and craziness.
But here's the thing, though: do they slip in things like it's weird because even in Fallout, there's like like, oh, they didn't like the Chinese and there's racism, but it's almost like not in the game.
Yeah.
But is that gonna be in the game?
I think you should do a ghoul because that's usually the
that's
easy...
like the what you put in for like, oh, you hate them just because of what they look.
Yeah, because there's some feral, but then there's also just normal people that are ghouls,
and they live forever.
Yeah, so they actually remember
the old times.
Old times, right? And also, like, again, then going back to the profanity, where like we haven't seen Raiders, but Raiders are always cussing, always being very vulgar. That's gonna be a hard balance because I don't want everyone to be like that. It should just be the Raiders. The Raiders are the crazy, like...
And in Fallout, and they kind of touch on this in the games, but those people would be doing horrific things to each other.
Well,
killing each other, eating each other, doing SA to each other.
Yes. You go to the camps in the game, and it's not a pleasant place when you go to Raider camps.
They did show some of the veracity and just the overall disgustingness of the world, like blood and guts, and like how much of that's in there.
Right, exactly, because there's a perk in the game where you shoot people, they explode.
Yeah.
It could be a regular bullet, and they're
you have a cannibal perk where you can eat people.
You can eat people. There is weapons that are really devastating, like the power fist.
Yeah.
Boom! Blow people up. Yeah, exactly.
To me, I don't know where you draw the line, because if you make it 100%, everything's just a non-stop reference, you forget to tell a story.
Yeah.
Or do you just not have anything from the video games, and then it's just... See, it's weird. How do you strike that balance? It's going to be tough.
Because then it'll just be like, oh, apocalyptic 1950s for some reason.
Yeah, and then like random silliness that makes you go, huh?
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. Another thing you need...
Deathclaws.
Deathclaws. I was going to say that. You need some of the creatures, and they have to look good. Some of them we did see. I think that was a Mirelurk Queen? No, not a Mirelurk Queen. Mirelurk Queen's way huge. Well, it was a sea monster. Probably a Mirelurk of some kind. And there was another creature. What was it? I don't remember. But
yeah, but I do like the fact that like there's like the storylines with the Deathclaws and like, oh, they just protecting their eggs.
Yeah.
So they're just like being good moms.
Yes.
And they don't know who you are, so you're just a threat. So, yeah, they do something super scary, but they're just like any other regular animal.
Right, exactly. Protecting their young.
Yeah.
Some of the same with the Mirelurks, same thing. They're just territorial. It'd be kind of weird to eat a Mirelurk, though. A huge freaking lobster man.
Like looting. Being over encumbered. Do you put that like?
Yeah,
you're carrying too much stuff. Like I gotta take everything.
Yeah, have like where if that Lucy girl's traveling with someone, being like, I think you're
I think you have enough stuff.
Enough stuff, right?
Well, I might need it later.
You have like a backpack.
Or do you make fun of the fact that like bullets don't weigh anything?
Yeah, that you could just like have 1,000,000 bullets and
for 5,000 different guns, and you just like have them on you.
Another thing, robots.
Yeah, they showed some of the Mr. Handies.
Mr. Handies.
And I think we did see a couple of like the police officer security bots, the automaton looking guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, see, there's so much things in Fallout, and then also not even mentioning aliens. What was his name? Liberty Prime.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, Liberty Prime. Like, there's just so many goofy stuff. So many.
Homeboy's throwing nuclear bombs like footballs. I love it.
Exactly.
It looks like he's wearing a football helmet too. It's so ridiculous. But that's just like, so American.
So American. I hate communism.
Yeah.
I could never crush communism. And
anywhere I go, that's all you do.
Stealth Boys.
Yeah. Again, who's good guys and who's bad guys? Because you could run the Brotherhood still and have them be like really bad.
Yeah, you can have them where they steal all your technology and they don't help anyone.
Yeah, but you can like steer them in a different direction. So. What's the official story?
Right, and so that's why I felt like it would be hard to tell a story from one point of view, because that's like, oh, what the writer would do in this video game, instead of like what would everyone like.
Like you can steal kids and sell them into slavery.
Yeah.
You could be an awful character, like awful.
You could hunt ghouls and people will pay you money for them.
Yeah, and be like a bounty hunter.
There was that one story arc that was horrible. You could sell a kid that's a ghoul because he's super rare and they really wanted him. I'm like, yeah, what evil piece of crap would do that?
What do you make a joke about, like, say that girl had the her mission is to go get like the water purifier, but she gets like sidetracked by a bunch of other stuff and like doesn't do the main quest. Do you do that?
Right, and then she like finally comes back
and everyone's dead.
Be like, oops.
The first game can end that way.
Yeah.
Where you like forgot to come back in time.
And everyone died. Oh man, can we talk also about like cool enemies? Like again, granted, they're cool, horrible people, but Caesar's Legion.
Yeah, like those people.
Oh gosh, man, that'd be so cool. Especially what's his name? I forgot. Was it Leggett?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. He's all big and just like
Hoover Dam.
Yeah, fight for Hoover Dam.
So there's do you do the, just like the perk system and like gaining levels, like. How do you incorporate that into the story? Like, I think I'm getting better. Like, without it being stupid.
Right, yeah, I know. It's gonna be interesting. I hope it's not too clumsy. I hope it's not something where it did so bad that everyone's like, oh, okay, we just need one of these.
Or, like, able to, like, sneak up on someone in the stupidest way. Because if you walk behind someone just crouching, I'd be like, oh, what are you doing? Like, why are you walking like that?
Right, do you put that in a game where someone's like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, I'm being sneaky. Like, do you be silly like that? Like, just crouches down, like, no one can see me.
Right. Do you like, or silly things like where like, you walk over a landmine and they're like, oh crap, and they just like literally become nothing.
But you're making the lunchbox mines.
Yeah, bottle cap mines.
The bottle cap mines. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Nuka-Cola bombs.
Yeah. Use the quantums to
Yeah.
make like super bombs. How much do you put in crafting and all the weird like that kind of stuff?
Yeah, the armor that you can put on. Yeah, it's like I said, it's all gonna be very. You have to do it right, and I hope they can. It's I guess made by the people that also did The Boys, and then there was Westworld.
Yeah. So there's some star-studded like writing here.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe they can pull it off, but visually, it's there, but it seems goofy and weird. But I had to remind myself, oh yeah, Fallout is goofy and weird.
Yeah, just because I don't play it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the characters are just silly and dumb sometimes.
Yes.
Like, again, like you're talking about, like, I think it was in Fallout 3 we get the comic book people to have, like, a comic book battle.
Yes.
And, like, you can watch it go down, like, step out, my enemy. Like, they do the whole thing. You're like, oh, this is funny. Just let them fight.
The Mechanist versus...
Was it an ant person?
Ant Queen or something like that. And, yes, they could fight.
Yeah, and you can, like, watch it happen.
So, yeah, and there's that. There's the whole comic book, basically, like, the Marvel Universe comic book thing. Because it's, like, Ragnar, Shroud, some Magic Girl... some other characters that you're like, okay, and they fight. Like, it's so weird. And also, I think everyone was on edge too, like if you read the lores and stuff, so it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait.
Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting on the video really helps out a lot. It gets the video spread around more people get to see the videos, and we get to make more videos for you guys. So thank you, and we appreciate every single one of you guys.